Hey Virgo, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to tap into Mercury Retrograde's energy. So Mercury Retrograde is actually happening from November 9th to November the 29th. And because Mercury is your ruling planet, Virgo, this one is going to hit a little different than other signs, okay? So I'm going to tell you some things you need to be looking out for. You will feel the shift mentally, physically, emotionally, and even spiritually, Virgo. And when Mercury slows down, so does your mind, but it's not in a bad way. So spirit is actually slowing you down, Virgo, so that you can be able to hear again. So during this retrograde, Virgo, you are being asked to review the stories that you've been telling yourself. Every miscommunication, every delay, every moment of overthinking is actually not punishment, Virgo, it's revelation. For you, this retrograde is literally all about rewriting your inner narrative, correcting old assumptions, and releasing perfectionism, okay? I'm also pulling in clearing mental clutter, all right? So things can actually unfold without the distortion. So this is a season of truth and divine recalibration all the way. And so we already know spirit is going to bring around old situations, old relationships, not to hurt you, but to help you finally close out some chapters. So today I'm going to dive into a powerful spread that's going to be designed specifically for you, Virgo. So if your sun, moon, or rising is in Virgo, this message definitely could be for you. All right, so Virgo, okay, let me tell you, spirit is actually exposing this old story that you have been telling yourself, or that you have been carrying around, where you've been minimizing literally your own emotions, okay? You've been suppressing your needs and trying to be strong for everyone else but yourself. Okay, so that's what spirit is releasing, that old story. That's that Queen of Cups reverse energy, right? Being not balanced emotionally, okay? Now it's like this is that energy where you don't say nothing, you just hold it all in. So whatever it is that you're suppressing, that has to be released, right? We can't suppress. I got stories for days, y'all, but I am, or I was, a suppressor. Okay, so I would keep whatever I was feeling in, and then it could be that one thing that could trigger me after me holding it in for so daggone long, and then I become very explosive and very difficult to deal with. Okay, but I've learned that I can't suppress it. I have to deal with it right on, or again, I'm the Queen of Cups reverse. And who wants to be the Queen of Cups reverse? No one. Okay, and so that's why spirit wants to really expose this during the Mercury retrograde, okay? When you hold on to it all, that's where or why you become overwhelmed, okay? And this is the narrative that we definitely need to let go of right now. All right, Virgo, right now. Okay, you don't need to hold it in. You are literally safe. That's what I'm hearing. Spirit is saying you are safe. Okay, you've been through the storm. You conquered the storm. You mastered it. All right. So all you got to do now is just flow. And the source of the pattern, pretty much with what I'm saying, is like I'm automatically thinking of the Judgment reverse card, right? And so with the reverse card, it really kind of is telling me that this could have been learned from people who actually misjudged you, right? They could have misunderstood you, or even made you feel like your feelings were wrong. Okay. And so this is why, you became that Queen of Cups reverse. Let's just say that. Okay. And I can see that because I was definitely someone who was misunderstood, especially by my ex-husband. So I never was able to really express myself because it seemed like to him everything I said was just crazy. Okay, so I just stopped expressing myself, right? I started suppressing everything, okay? And it felt like no matter what or who I spoke to, it felt like they would not be able to understand me. So I know a lot of times when I would speak to people, I would be like, you understand, right? Like really trying to make sure they understand what I'm saying. Okay. I even think I do it, on my readings. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Right. Just because I want to make sure that I'm clear, because I have been told, that I was crazy, right? Or I live in an illusion or however. Okay. Some of you have learned early on that speaking up got you punished. Okay, you either got punished, ignored, or criticized. Same thing with me, right? I would get punished. If I try to speak up, I'm punished for months. Okay, my parents would put me in isolation, literally. I couldn't have friends, phone, television, nothing. All right. And so again, it caused me to shut down. I started dimming my own light. Okay. Just to really kind of just keep the peace, and so I wouldn't really get in trouble, right? And so what Spirit is saying is that, Virgo, we done with that. All right, we done with that. This is your time now, right? And it's time to answer your calling, not their opinions. Okay, so what we saying? Their opinions. Okay, that's what we got going on. All right, we standing strong, right? We standing in our power right now, Virgo. So keep that flow going, keep that energy, right? Because whoever is miscommunicating, whoever thinks that you're miscommunicating or that you are hard to understand can go kick rocks with Jesus sandals on. Okay. All right, so Virgo, so when it comes down to like what you can be or what you may have been assuming, and I'm gonna say this, like, you've been assuming it wrong, right? You may think that you got to be perfect before you step into your power, and that's a lie. Okay, you may think that I need a little bit more money. I don't have enough to do that, right? Oh, or I don't know enough, right? I still need more. I still need more growth, right? I still need more stability. I still need more accomplishments. I don't have the degrees, or I don't have the again, the backing right behind my name, 707 on the timer, to be able to do this, right? And then you're feeling like, when I do all that, then I'm gonna be ready. But baby, you already know, okay? You are ready right now, Virgo, okay? That's that imposter syndrome talking, Virgo. That's all that is, right? The miscommunication is between you and yourself. Nobody else. I feel like external factors may have caused you to start doubting yourself, okay? So Spirit is telling you, stop disqualifying yourself, because you're more prepared than you actually think, Virgo. Okay, so what we going to say again? What they think. All right. Now, it's like, here's the real truth, Virgo. I felt like I was going to start choking, y'all. You are not the person you used to be. All right. So you do not live in that old timeline anymore. You're so different. Okay. People receive you totally different. All right. This new light and energy that you're in, this is where you need to be. Okay. And, stop letting your past identity make decisions for your future. Right? Because that's the biggest lie, right? That's the illusion right there. You've outgrown the whole story from your past, right? So people may still see you as the old you, but Spirit doesn't, and you shouldn't either, right? I know I can meet up with somebody from the past, or see somebody out in the streets from the past, and they be like, I remember when you used to do this, and then look at you now. Why are you going back in the past, bro? I'm past that, okay? So it's about you literally rewriting your story. And so that's what Mercury Retrograde is really helping you to do right now. And so moving forward, your new narrative is going to be this: I do not rush. I do not react. I do not chase. Okay? I do not rush. I do not react. I do not chase. All right? No more making decisions from fear. No more over explaining myself. No more jumping to fix everything. Right? 911 on the timer. Spirit, like, this is a 911 situation, right? Because you're rewriting the narrative from urgency to intention. Okay? And so now, this is how you're going to stay aligned with your new story, right? You're going to choose joy on purpose, Virgo. Choose it on purpose. You wake up in the morning, you say, God damn it, I'm choosing joy. I'm happy this morning, okay? Do something every day that brings your happiness. I don't care how small it is, right? Stay connected to you, Virgo. That's going to be your spiritual practice, your alone time, your reflection. That's where your power actually lies, okay? So, Virgo, stay tuned for part 2, because I still got so much more to say to y'all. Peace.